Traders, how we doing on out there? Who's ready to go ahead and get to at the close? We got a lot of topics to touch about. Looks like we're getting a little bit of leakage. It's not that bad, at least from in my eyes, and how the market's reacting right now, but definitely not what we were expecting probably at the open. Well, we'll talk all about that. We'll touch on energy stocks catching a bounce, travel stocks getting a little bit of a hit again. We'll talk about some of the ratings that are out there. There is news on Hood. So if you're seeing Hood moving fast, stay tuned for that news. Let's go ahead. Let's dive on into today's show. There's a lot more topics to touch, but of course, this is what we got on At the Close.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
All right, Joel, what is going on in this market, and what do you see, my friend?
We're in the red. Not by much. It's really been a seesaw kind of day. That little rally off the open, that was faded. Got nowhere near that pre-market high. We were talking about getting up there to 39.48. We couldn't do it. Took out the pre-market low on 2 different occasions, but not much here. And I was trying to find some support in here, 38.92. They're just it's a new number, and we'll just have to keep on it, see if it holds up for the lows, holds up for the remainder of the session. Crude, that's having a good day. Crude is now up $2.11 at 109.73. Gold down 580, 1824 and a half. Man, we got to get to 1850, or we got a date with 1800 or lower. Silver in the green by 2.5 cents at 21.15. Bitcoin just quiet, down 470 at 20,785. And Ethereum futures, they're in the red too, $31.50 at 11.94.
All right, let's go first. I think we should touch the stock that's moving really fast on news right now. Let's at least get that out the way here. Let's go towards Robinhood, moving after Bloomberg News reporting here that cryptocurrency exchange FTX is considering acquiring the trading app. It did get halted. It's back open here. Definitely moving around there, so just be careful. Definitely a high volatile name right now. What do you think about this rumor, at least, that's getting put out here now on potentially Robinhood being bought out by FTX?
Now they already bought a stake in it, right?
Yeah, they do have a stake. Joel's a smart guy there.
They already have a stake. Also, I have to say, hats off to Goldman Sachs here, upgrading it from sell to neutral from sell. So that's pretty good timing on that. Boy, oh boy, rumors are tough to chase. If you had this thing sub $8, sub $7, 684, the all-time low, that's a pretty good move. Of course, with these things, is there going to be something soon? So if you hear something soon, like with the what got taken over last week, it was Zendesk, right?
Mm-hmm.
You kind of heard the news and you got the pop, and then the street way overdid it, right? And then you got the actual deal price, which turned out to be quite $7-8 lower. So if you want to chase it and you can have a way to value this over $9.27, go ahead. It's just a big move off the low. Technically speaking, man, just at $10. You couldn't quite get there today, 972. Let's just call, that's actually matching 972.98. Really could be all resistance, I think, tough up to $10.
Yeah, it's interesting. This also coming after the heels of the Goldman Sachs upgrade this morning to Robinhood markets to neutral and lowering the price target of 950. So looks like they hit it at least for a wick there today. So I guess the Goldman Sachs not putting too bad on that price target there. So we'll continue going with some of these ratings. Let's take a look on over to CoinBase here. And like I mentioned in the chat, you might not want to fight Goldman when they put a sell rating on out there, as they downgraded here coin to sell and also lowered the price target to 45.
You did, you had that support in the pre-market at 59, which I had mentioned. Did get a little pop off the open, but when it lost that support at 59, the floodgates opened. Low at 55.41. You're right there. You're still pressing down. What we talked about this morning was, you had the Friday's low at 59.33, and you had a buyer at 59. The question was, what happens if that 59 didn't hold? Because your next daily low was not to a pair of lows in the 51 handle. So there was absolutely nowhere to go with that one if you were leaning on the 59, 51.57, 51.83. Those are your 3 and 4 day lows. I can't find anything in between there. Does that mean it's necessarily going to go there? No, but that's what I'm looking at for my next target on the downside. And what was the old time? Oh, no, we got a ways to go to get to the low of the move. But keep an eye on that. Let's just call it 51.60.
Yeah, they say sometimes analysts chase the price action. I've heard that mentioned out there. Just kind of remind people out there, remember, coin was a buy from Goldman Sachs, and they had a $387 price target in November. I wanted to state that because I think that's important, definitely. They had it as a buy back in November of 2021, now hitting it with a sell here. And back then it was 387 going to 45. There's a little bit of a difference there. So we'll see what happens there. And definitely just goes to show you that nobody knows. That's what I would say here. No one knows where a lot of the times these stocks are going to go. And that's why we always have to focus on what risk management, which is the key to always in trading and investing for sure. Let's keep going. Let's go towards another area here. Let's go towards Etsy. Etsy also getting hit with another rating. So let's go towards this one coming in from Needham as they actually drop here and they downgraded the stock, citing near-term risk. Views on discretionary nature of Etsy's model as increasingly at risk in the near term. In other words, in my eyes, demand destruction probably coming into this name, and you got to be careful. Definitely not a chart that I want to mess with, especially on the monthlies.
It's been just one down month after another for Etsy. God, man, it really gave almost a look here. What was yesterday? It actually made a new high on the session. That downgrade was out before the open, so someone was not paying attention to their analyst ratings here. Boom, 83.65 Friday's high went to 84.13. That just must have been one wayward buyer there. Boom, we're trading $80. It's down 362, 78.65. I don't have anything in here for you folks on the downside because the big rally participated in the big rally last week, and Thursday's low was 74.48. So really nowhere. I mean, if you want to lean on that 78.65 low, if you're trying to pick a bottom here, you can, but I don't see anything for $4. 74.48, and then another 4 dropped your 4-day low at 70.57.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's transition on out of the ratings here. Let's go towards the stocks that were hot today. Energy stocks getting a little bit of a bounce today, definitely leading up today. Overall, I have it up 3.7, but from the open up 2.69. Nothing else was over 1% green from the open. So definitely showing some relative strength in some of these oil names. We could take a look at maybe MRO. That one had a really strong day, closing up the day here. I'm going to keep this on watch. It's up about 5.7% right now. Let's take a look at old Marathon Oil here.
MRO rebounded with crude. Crude, as I mentioned earlier, crude's up $2.09 at 109.72. When we looked at it earlier this morning, it was clearing the previous day's high and did so a nice margin. I'll just give you the next potential target on the upside here. No daily highs until 111.16. That was your high for last week. And that was on Tuesday. Now looking at MRO more specifically, you got a great level to keep an eye on here. Your high on Thursday, 23.39. Your current high, 23.35. Still pressing up against it. This is breaking a 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. I mean, it's been down like maybe 9 out of the last 11 sessions. Finally having an update here, turning up. Things open up here at least to 24 and maybe in the mid 25 handle. 23.35, as I said, matches that high from Thursday. One little pesky high at just under 24. But if this oil rally continues, this rally continues, I'd set your sights on 25.60. That's splitting your highs from the 16th and 17th of the month.
All right. Other names also moving in oil. We won't take a deeper dive into them, but you guys can do so if you'd like. Valero, Devon Energy, I did see in the chat. So a bunch of those making some moves. But let's go towards the travel stocks. We were looking at them this morning. We were taking a look. We've talked about what happened with Carnival Cruise with great demand coming in. They're talking about how they were getting back there to pre-pandemic levels. Today, we're seeing a little bit of a pullback. To me, it looks a little bit measured, but what are you seeing out there in the cruise lines, at least today?
Important day. Very important day. You had a little bit of the flat open. I think for UCCL traders and investors, this is what you got to see. And you got to see it clear $11. 1088. That was your high end earnings day. Found sellers ahead of it at 1081. That was in today's session. Got nowhere near yesterday's low. That was 948. The best they could do is 1018. But adding further significance, that $11 area, your June 10th close was 1105. So 11, that's the low that day was actually 1104. It closed 1105, and then you had a gap down. So 1104 clears the fills the gap. 1105 was the close. So keep a real close eye on that. It didn't give it a lot back. We talked about this with Tim this morning and his market structure edge rating. He was cautious on this and so hang it in there today, but I'd be a little bit concerned if this doesn't get over 11 real soon. Let's look at RCL as well. Royal Caribbean, same thing, smack double top, 4180, 4184. This is down, but the big volume day was on the up day yesterday. Traded about a half that amount of volume now. NCLH, boom, look at these things. 1321, 1327. These things are trading together. Another good area of resistance that filled its gap from earlier in the month. So things are trading in sync. Let's see if they can clear all those double tops out there.
All right. I will state that this seemed interesting to me. I think I'm going to actually just share my charts right here to kind of show you guys that. And that's just the change in today. And what happened with JetBlue and Frontier? Did you see that? Down about 10 to 11% for Frontier. Yet JetBlue looks like it's going to end the day into the green. This is interesting, of course, after JetBlue Airways Corp intensifying the bidding war for the ultra-low cost carrier Spirit. Of course, they're competing against right now Frontier Holdings. It's kind of interesting price action. What are you thinking in these charts?
I have no
idea. It's interesting, right? Seeing that decline so much and then JetBlue just kind of holds steady there. I don't know what that gives me, but hey, something to keep on watch for sure.
The takeout price is way above this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, Obviously, there's a ton of regulatory concerns out there,
Hmm.
so that's keeping a lid on it. The risk arbs, I mean, you might as well take the risk out of the arbs because Twitter trading way below its supposed takeout price. That's trading $39. It's supposed to be taken out at 54.20. ATVI Activision it's supposed to get taken out at like 95. Ooh, they knocked that down to 74 and it's come back a little bit. So risk arbs are just they're hands off on this one, and we'll see. Big risk and big rewards on these deals. S&Ps, man, they won't die. They won't go away. We were just
Yeah, they
under
won't.
3,900 and now trying to rally, get back unchanged on the close. Just
I think they're trying to shake a little bit of some of those bulls out there. They got a little weak hands today, but we'll see what happens. Let's see. I still think we got a little bit of rallying. I think we get to 400, but we'll see. Like always, nobody knows. One thing that's for certain is that we are coming back up a little bit here. Found some bottoming action around those 388s on the SPY. Let's see what we end up with on the day. Let's go to after the close. I think this is going to be a close watch. Nike here. Let's take a look at Nike. What do you think you're seeing on the chart, at least after the intraday action?
NKE, definitely downtrend heading into the report. Let me get the right symbol up here. Little profit taking ahead of the report here, a little nervousness. On the upside, got to pay close attention to 113. Why? Friday's high, 1294. High for the week, 1294. Today you got 1321. When you couldn't get to file through there, the sellers came in. On the downside, we're going to be keeping an eye on the double bottom here. 109.61. That was your low on Friday. 109.84 today. After that, if you can't hold that 109.70 area, parallels at 104.50. So there's your setup there in Nike, trying to get a monthly candle in the green here. In order to do it for this month, where did it settle last month? We only have a couple days left. Ooh, it has a shot. 118.85. That was your close for May in Nike.
All right, let's go to maybe some of the gambling stocks. I know that we wanted to take a look at those. They did. I saw DKNG pull back a little bit, but Penn was holding on. And it seems like Penn is holding on a little bit more than DKNG these days. What do you think there? At least from my eyes, Penn's holding up a little bit better there.
It is. That big day on Friday filled the gap, held the gap area. What interests me here is the close before it fell out of bed. That close was 32.18. That was really close to the high yesterday, 32.74. Got through it today. Looks like we're going to close above this 32.12 from yesterday. Not much resistance in the remainder of the 32 handle. Maybe set your sights up for 33.78. That's your June 10th high. Let's take a look at DraftKings, DKNG. Exceeded its previous day's high, but kind of cave unraveled. That's the bad news. The good news is it found support ahead of yesterday's low by a nickel. So after a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-day winning streak, take a little bit of breather. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Definitely. Now, another area that we have been seeing stocks making moves is late is in healthcare and biotechs. At BNTX getting a nice little lift off of their COVID vaccine news. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. And so I think this is an important area to kind of keep on watch. A lot of people say that, sometimes healthcare it has an ability to get around and give us early signs of kind of some bottoming action. So BioNTech shares are trading higher after the company announced Omicron adapted COVID-19 vaccine candidate demonstrated high immune response here. So it's not only BNTX that's making moves, and that's why I kind of wanted to state I've been seeing a lot of these biotechs making moves as of recent. You guys can watch stocks like AMZN, Gilead Science, these have been making big moves on up as of late, and definitely a sideways day
Oh, look at
today.
Gilead.
But
Woo!
right,
That's like
those are quick moves in those stocks, right, Joe? You don't see that
That's
too often.
like a monthly move. Gilead, the stock that doesn't go anywhere. Boy, look at this. If you guys want to jot down like a good number for Gilead Sciences moving forward, last month's high 65.46. Where did they get it to? This month 65.34. You backed off, red candle. Great support at 62. Pair of lows just under 62. So play it close to about under 62, not much in there. And if it can finally clear 65, all that monthly resistance, maybe work your way up. Nah, man, this ain't not a big mover. Your next monthly high is 68.80. Another fade in the S&P there. They tried to rally it here once again. 10 minutes left in the session. Probably have been maybe some selling balances here heading into the close. But now we are red, not super red. I mean, considered we were up like over 100 handles on Friday, but definitely giving some back, holding above the lows of the sessions with 9 minutes to go.
Yeah, something to keep on watch. At least from what I'm seeing right now, I don't see too much on the imbalances to the close. I actually see some on the buy side, but it isn't too
Really?
big.
Okay.
But you never know, honestly. With imbalances, they change really quickly. So if you guys see something out there, maybe that we don't, let us know. I did catch pending home sales today. So maybe we just take a quick look at the stocks that have been moving off of the good earnings report, right? We had Lennar make a nice move on up. So we can take a look at Lennar, how it's performing today. A little bit of some sideways action. Pending homes, a measure of signed contracts on existing homes, rose slightly in May, up 0.7 compared to April. One of the things to kind of keep in mind that I thought was interesting is this actually broke a 6-month streak of declining demand. But just kind of mentioned also the mortgage rate did kind of drop a little bit there last week. That could have maybe helped here, but definitely beating a 6-month streak on a declining demand is kind of a good thing to at least see here. What do you see at least in the charts?
I mean, you got to be cautious on these housing stocks, right? Until you at least
Yeah.
you get a little bit of whiff of inflation coming down. Rising
Mm-hmm.
interest rates aren't helping. We did talk about the uh, uh, lumber coming down, so that's good. Uh, as far as the home builders go, let's just go by them one by one.
Yeah.
Lennar. It's either a pause in the action. No, this looks strong. 72.68, 72.93. We got to bust into the 73 handle. On the downside, keep an eye on 70.60, that or 70.65. That splits the two lows from Friday and Monday. So new high for the recent rebound, but not good that you are now, well, you're a buck off the high, a buck off the low. So I don't know. I just don't like it if it takes out that 70.65 area. SPOO's heading towards the low of the session. It looks almost a foregone conclusion here. Yes, 92.50 is your low. We just ticked 92.50. Kind of feels like we got a little bit more work to do. See if the Bulls are going to make a stand here heading into the final 7 minutes of the session.
Just trying to look at the leadership to see if there's any leadership that was leading us down a little bit here. The only thing I could see down to, let's say, over 3% right now from the high cap names is Amazon. So let's take a look maybe at Amazon.
AMZN, Amazon down 370. This has been traded pretty nicely since the split, right? You had the run up into the split, you had the split day, came all the way back to the scene of the crime. Nice rally up, but you know what? You made a new high today, and now kind of falling apart. So maybe this little bounce off that century mark could be a little bit short lived. I don't like the way this is looking on the downside. I haven't hit Friday's low yet, but pressing against it. 1272 the low. Next daily support level comes in at 111.43. Well, on that attempt, they couldn't get it through 92.50. Still have 6 minutes left, but just a kind of choppy seesaw day, traded in the ranges.
All right, last thing that I see just hitting the tape here now is Needham remaining upbeat about DoorDash and slashing its price target by 29%, but still showing a 42% upside in the price target from 140 to 100. They lowered it, but they still got 100 on Dash. Part of this is they believe leverage in its leadership position in restaurant deliveries to become one of the leading horizontal on-demand last mile fulfillment provider in North America. So this one's going to be interesting here. Dash kind of getting still an upside look, but I just don't see it right now. I mean, the chart just shows me continued decline, but what do you see, Joel?
Made a failed at Friday's high, not good. Took out the low from Friday, not good. Just you lose that 70.07 tomorrow, and you're looking at $65 unless people are, stepping in ahead of it. This did make a new low of the move with the markets back in June, but boy, you are $4 off that high, which is a potential double top. Sellers coming down tomorrow, I believe, in Dash, unless you have perhaps a big turnaround in the market.
All right, looks like I will say I was definitely wrong on the Bitcoin stocks. Mara coming straight down. They don't want to turn around those Bitcoin stocks at all. So
Yeah, and Bitcoin's a drag. It's down
it's just tough.
425.
It's tough.
It's these stocks too. If you think about Mara, it is. On a percentage basis, this
Yeah,
thing
man.
$80. You got over $80 in December, and now you're in single digits. I know Bitcoin has had a fall,
Mm-hmm.
but man, nothing. So if you want to own Bitcoin, own Bitcoin. Riot down 31 cents of 488. Hive, boom. That's down 14 cents at 343. So, and this Bitcoin, you got a good level to lean on here. You have, at least based on the futures, you got a lot of lows right at where is that? 19.4, 19.5, and back up. Did not make a new low out of the session. Stopped at 92.50 again here. 3 minutes left. So bulls are not giving in. Bears made another run to try and make another new low, and we're turned back. 3 minutes to go to post a new high close in the move. We're really going to have to get the hops. 39.16 a quarter. That was your close on Friday.
All right, one area that I'm keeping on watch, and you guys can throw up stocks in the chat if you guys wanted to check out something maybe right here before the close. We talked about Walmart has been on my radar, and it's starting to kind of inch its way up there. I really want to see a close above 125.50. We've rejected that multiple times now. We got a high here of 125.20. We got a high of 125.31. Let's see if we can get through that 125.50. But what stands out to you, Joel?
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It had the move, right? And it started to give it back, but holding that 50% really nicely here. I'm not looking bad here, but I see what you were talking about here with the 125, right? 125.31, that was your high in yesterday's session. Couldn't quite get there today. 123 is your number on the downside. If you're taking a long here, 123 splits the lows from the last two sessions. So not looking bad. 123 to 125. Target, that's still kind of hanging out near the low of the move. So this is having a little bit tougher of a time. But Walmart, keep an eye on that 123, 125 area. That could be a precursor to your next move.
All right, let's see what the chat wants to get into there. I'll take one from you guys. Don't
Take
mind.
one. What do we got? We got a minute
to
go.
QCOM with a nice move on the Apple news. The Apple news was the Supreme Court turning away Apple's bid to invalidate Qualcomm's patents here. And they're getting a little bit of a lift today. Not looking too bad. But I got you, Dan, back. I got you. I see it.
And 130. It had a pop on the news, but it faded. That's not what you want to see. 130 is a roadblock here. No other daily number there besides today's high. If you're a gap fill trader, you did get that gap fill from when it came down a few days ago. But now you got another gap on the downside. Oh, you missed it by 7 cents. So let's consider that filled. And no green skies here until you get above 130. Spoos, they just didn't want to give in there. Boom, we're closed. Oh 07. So we had about a 15-point rally there in the last few minutes of the session as we matched the low and came back. So very, very minimal down day here, perhaps setting it up for the 4th of July rally at the end of the week.
We will see what happens there. If we get a rally or some fireworks, I know we'll get that at least. I hope you guys had a great one today. We're going to wrap it up here. Like always, we had a great show today. We had Tim Quast on in the morning on pre-market prep. I suggest you guys go back and catch that if you guys miss it. Then a little bit later, we got into some live trading. We got into, of course, MSTR interview, Michael Saylor. Don't miss that, guys. If you, for any reason, didn't see that interview, and if you always questioned, you hear the comments, is the margin concern out there? Check it out. I asked the question in the interview, and there's some extras there with Chris Ketchy. I hope you guys did not miss that conversation on the future of Bitcoin. Then later in the day, we got into on stock market movers with two really big guests, guys. These are guests that are always on, and I always see them quoted in CNBC articles. I see them quoted in Fox Business all the time. They actually come on studio. Adam Johnson is a weekly kind of mention there on Fox Business. So if you guys didn't catch Stock Market Movers, definitely check out that show. And of course, I hope you guys enjoyed At the Close right here, of course, with Joel Elconin. And like always, guys, smash the thumbs on up. We're going to keep it going here on Benzinga. One of the things that I've been trying to do, and this is really my focus, is improve the shows, guys, and get you guys more value. What is it that you guys want to see? Let me know. I'm here for you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Pre-Market Prep. Smash the like before you get on out of here. And like always, keep battling out there. I know it's not easy being a trader and being an investor in this type of market, but like always, we'll be here for you guys to get on through. Let's go ahead, smash it on up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And sound the alarm. Let's see if maybe we can get a rally into tomorrow. Maybe it was just a break. We'll see what happens.